Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Milky Empath, and I just like having these little talks and the way I feel about things. Today I feel pretty good. I was debating whether or not I wanted to put on my bandana. My bandana. I do. I want to put it on. So I'm growing my hair out. That's a real ego buster right there, man. So I like clean lines, and I like to, I feel better when, I feel like I'm kept up and I'm letting it grow out. And yeah, I could, but, I could theoretically go and get my hair trimmed, and it maybe might make me feel better for about a week, but then it's gonna get up. I'm not doing that, because in my mind, it's like, that's like weeks. The difference of being able to tuck it behind my ear and not. So I will endure, suffer, and as long as, well, see, one day, the day that I'm waiting for, the day that I am manifesting the sensation of, is the day that it can all go back in a ponytail. Yep. That's the day that I wait for. So I've done this once before when I went into the Air Force. It's kind of funny because the astrological alignments are very similar now as to what they were in the same similar kind of financial, or kind of, sit and wait until you get your next assignment in life kind of thing. That's how it was in 2000 when I went into the Air Force. And I got it cut, and I was like, I don't want to mess with it because it was kind of long, and I'm like, I'm going to get it cut short. And then I've always had short hair. You watch earlier videos, hell, it was shaved at one point, because anyway, and then I didn't want to deal with it. Well, I didn't get a haircut after that for freaking over 18 months, right? So probably longer than that. If I really stop to figure it out, I'm not going to do it now. But so my hair was freaking, I could touch it by looking up a little bit. I could touch it. That's how long it was in back. So, and I have a lot of it, but I was in maintenance and I wore it back all the time, and I had headaches, all the time. But what Mom does is, she's taught me that when she gets headaches, she pulls it really tight, and sometimes it can help. So that's what I'm hoping that I can do. Plus, my ancestors, it's like our antenna. It's like our spidey sense. You get a lot of it's in our, in our hair. And I got a pretty cool racing stripe, There's a lot more gray in it since the last time I grew it out, but I got freaking pretty cool hair. I may not have a lot in life, but I got a nice smile and pretty decent hair, It just sucks because without water, washing it's kind of a pain in the ass, but I got a buddy that lets me come over, take a shower. Anyway, what's going on in the world today? More is being revealed, man. Have you seen it? More is being revealed. I feel like what I picture, I'm a Chandler in case you didn't know, is like there's an hourglass and it's about to turn over. It's about to burp, and it turns over. I don't know, because it's you look at what's going on, the climate of the world, and the same stuff is happening that was happening 500 years ago when the colonists came in on, into the Americas, started wiping out my ancestors. They're still going in and taking land from people. They're still bullying people. People are still bullying people. And it ain't color specific, because there's, all shades. We're all just shades of the same color spectrum. What matters is where your heart vibes, man. And if it's in alignment with your freaking third eye, sacral chakra, your guts, if everything's in alignment, are you balanced enough? Because the world is tired of being in balance. So I was talking to the lady at the laundromat today, and I'm like, there is a way that Turtle Island, America, was supposed to be. Had the colonists come over and cooperated and learned our ways, and we taught them our ways, and we, embraced them, and they didn't take us down from 80 million to 600,000 in population. They didn't do that. They didn't, take all of our land by manipulating us with alcohol. Hey, sign here, buddy, all that stuff. That's why there's that X still, because the lawmakers are just so freaking twisted. They haven't even changed the documentation. If the person can't sign, they have to have a witness. So they just put an X. They can't sign their name. They have to have a witness sign. So, see, it's this low vibrational frequency. It's because they're freaking psychopaths, man. They're like predators that just consume spirits, good vibes. They just like to overtake everything and make it their own. And they call it power. They call it power. Now, this is going to get a little dark because this is the way of it is. When men are not balanced with their masculine and feminine, they overcompensate. So a lot of times men can't feel like men. I mean, think about how many men can't even look down and see they're men, Just big old fat guts sticking out there, That's their manness, That's what makes them in charge of stuff. And it's just like, and the fact that they spend, as 2016, it was $11 million on male enhancement drugs in the military system. That tells me that is a twisted sickness, that they're putting too much precedence on the wrong things. That is an imbalance in you. See, if you get your mind right, your body will cooperate with you. If you don't act like a piece of shit when nobody's looking, then you won't remember that when you're trying to be a man, and your body won't remember that too. That's why they need all this male enhancement drugs, because they don't act like men, because they're not balanced, because the sensitive side of men, and the same things happens with women. I was too balanced in my masculine for far too long because I denied the feminine because I thought it was weakness. Boy, was I wrong. I stand corrected. So what happens is I had to embrace my feminine to soothe out my masculine and to come into balance. And that's the thing, is I hope to teach people to come into balance with their masculine, that it's all, when you try to deny, it makes lower vibration, it makes resistance, and there is where lower vibrational behavior grows, where people start doing less than respectable things. I look around at the lawmakers, they are insane. These people tout wearing suits that cost more than my annual income. And I'm a veteran. I hang out with my mom. She had a stroke freaking in 88. And so this is when I always knew I was going to be look out for her, because she was adopted. Why? Because freaking white dudes they went back in the 50s, freaking took all these Native American babies out of their homes and freaking sold them for $10, put them for adoption to create the foster system. They don't create things to help. They only create things to hinder. Think about it like this. Okay, 535 people make up $95 million of the U.S. That's how much. Do the math. That's how much everybody. Then you have the lawmakers that pay themselves at least that much. No wonder they're trying to pull from Social Security and giving people $800 a month, to live on, because they have to pay themselves an obnoxious amount of money, and they just take it. They just take it. Why? Because their egos tell them they're worth it. But the reality of it is, inside, they're a very small being. They're a very small spirit. And they can only relate to things as a human 3D experience. And they can only get their power from taking from other people, instead of creating more balance and love within themselves and having enough and realizing that there's enough for everyone. It's the people at the top. It's their mentality of scarcity that creates the scarcity on the streets in each city. It's their mentality. Some people want to live on the street, I believe, because they don't want to believe they deal with the nonsense that they have to go through to even get help. You call a number, it says go to our website. Not a lot of wireless service in tent cities, and it's that absurdity. It's that their lack of scope is creating this, so the hourglass is going to tip, because there was a way the nation Turtle Island was supposed to be a heart space of what it was, and it could have been in all of its glory, you know. But the controller came in and cheated. So what happens is, universe is shaking it, you know, is going to pick up the hourglass, shake it up a little bit, and slam it back down to put it back on the timeline of what it was supposed to be. Because the bullies are getting outnumbered. They're getting tired, old, and fat. So, you know, if you look there, what you will see more of is a lot more protests. Lots more protests, and I want to see what's going to happen when these police start facing their own kids in the streets. You know? That'll be interesting, you know? Kind of like a civil war. Brothers fighting against brothers. But there's so many of them now because they made so many military conflicts. You know, you come back, they all got a job. And if they're not cops, they're freaking private security and all this crap, you know. The fear is in each and every one of us. So if you create the fear, yeah, there's plenty of people that are freaking, that'll take your money to help you buy into that crap. So just save yourself some trouble. Don't. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace.